Hey everyone, Rob McPherson here from OwlDragon Adventures, and I am here today to give you a recap of my PAX Unplugged 2025. All right, so I had ambitious dreams of getting one of these updates out every single day of PAX. I got one of them out, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a recap. Some of this is going to be already covered in the first day recap. Other of it is going to be a bit new from my Saturday and Sunday. So, as many of you know, PAX Unplugged just wrapped this past weekend. It was early this year. It was the weekend before Thanksgiving. Did not seem to hurt attendance at all. It was a sold-out show, and it was really good. Next year, we are back to December 4th through the 6th. If you are tracking that already, I am already excited to go, and I'm going to start looking at hotels as soon as they come out. I was a little bit far away this year, and I would love to get back into the Marriott next year. Anyways, so just looking back at my PAX adventures this week, and yeah, I'm really interested to see below in the comments what your PAX was like this year. Let me know what I missed. I know I missed a lot this year. I didn't wander nearly as much as I wanted to. I was doing a few things, had a few meetings. I actually ran an RPG. I'm going to optimize my time next year a bit better, but I really want to know what I missed out on. So please do add to the comments down below anything that you saw that I didn't see. All right, so just starting things out, my weekend started with my visit to CGE, where they demoed for me Wispwood, they demoed for me the SETI space agencies, and then I got a demo of Codenames, which, even though it's been out for a long time in various incarnations, I have never played Codenames before. So we're going to remedy that. So I do have a couple of review copies that I need to get through. Very excited to do so. Already been playing Wispwood, wherever that one, here it is, Wispwood here quite a bit over the weekend. I've played it 2 or 3 times. Looking forward to breaking it out. Obviously not my copy since this is still in shrink, but looking forward to breaking this out and playing this some more. In addition, I got the cute little promo cats for it, which I'm very excited about, which, you know, they're just adorable little cats there. So, yeah. So Wispwood, really good. It's a tile placement game with your own personal tableau, and you are looking to just arrange tiles that you are drafting from the center, being padded out by various trees in a polyomino shape to best meet objectives. Really fun game. Like it a lot. Excited to dive into it a bit more and give you a more thorough review in the coming weeks. SETI Space Agencies, haven't had a chance to break this back out yet and play it. I did not lug my copy of SETI with me, but this one is supposed to streamline the play a little bit, cut out the first round, give us some resources, so very excited to dive into that one. Codenames, I went and I've got a copy of the Back to Hogwarts edition of Codenames. One of the things I really love from in here is there's a little bit of a legacy aspect. You get to track which house wins each time, and you get a little counter in there that just, I don't know, it adds a little flavor that I liked. So we'll see how that goes. I had a meeting with Brother Ming with his game Rematch, which I went into detail in my previous video, so I won't go into too many more details here, other than to let you know that it's a really, really fun game. If you like puzzle fighters from, you know, back in the, there's still puzzle fighters out there today. So, you know, where you're kind of like a Dr. Mario or anything along those lines, but you know, ones with combat in it. I can't think of actual puzzle fighters right now. But anyways, if you like the idea of using some sort of puzzle, spatial challenge to execute moves in an arcade-like fashion, definitely check this one out. He's going to Kickstarter in February. Base game's going to be $90. You're going to get 6 characters, beautiful marble tower, and these gorgeous marbles that you get to play with. The 6 characters have a lot of flavor to them, so definitely check that out. You can also get the deluxe edition, which is going to come with extra characters, and that's going to go for $150. It's going to have stretch goals and an art book involved in that one. So keep your eye out there. I'll put a link to the chat to his site down below. I met up with Chip Theory Games, and I have walked away with their Tanglewood set. So I've mentioned on the channel before, 20 Strong and I'm okay with it. I wish that I didn't really click with the Too Many Bones deck, which made me sad. The Hoplomachus deck was really good, and then the base one, Solar Sentinels, I really liked. I don't play it very often, but I am excited to dive back in and take a look at the Tanglewood set. If nothing else, it has this Baba Yaga set, which turns into a bit of a campaign, and you know how much of a sucker for a campaign I am. So excited to try this one. Started to break it out. The artwork is, as usual, absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, so that's going to be Tanglewoods. Something on Tanglewoods, they did have it as an exclusive at the con, and now it's going to be on their holiday sale, which is kicking off. In fact, I think I saw an email that it kicked off today. If not, it's going to be kicking off in the very, very near future. Their Tanglewoods Rose. So this is going to be available on their site. It was not part of the Kickstarter, but it is available now. So go ahead and grab that if you're a fan of 20 Strong, and expect to see a full review on that coming soon. They also have their Awakened Realms partnership coming up, which I am super excited about. So games like Nemesis, which is a co-op version of 20 Strong. And then there is the Tainted Grail, which is going to play with those key settings in terms of the combat. So really excited for both of those. We'll snag those up when I see them. And I got to see a demo copy of the Dragons of Etchison, which I have backed. I brought it with me. Haven't played it in a little bit. Did not get to it this weekend. But the artwork on that is absolutely gorgeous. Swung by Envy Born Games and picked up Hercules and the 12 Labors for both myself and Scott. That guy is sitting right here. Haven't had a chance to play it yet. Still in shrink wrap, all pretty. But do check out in May, on May 7th to be exact, there is a backer kit coming for the Jason and the Argonauts. So it's going to be based off the same system as Hercules, except it is Jason and the Argonauts in terms of story. So if you really like these mythos and you like the way that this one plays, definitely go ahead and check that one out. I'm going to go ahead and get this played a few times, and then Scott and I will probably do a review on this in very short order. Both very excited about this one. Swung by IV Studios and got to just kind of preview a couple of their games. I've got their small box games, so I've got Graft, Time to Panic, and Pillars of Fate. Did get to table Pillars of Fate on Saturday evening, and it is a lane battler with the same kind of voting mechanic that you see in Veiled Fate, in terms of you're voting with feathers or scorpions, and there's the two sides of the card. So if scorpions win, you get one reward, and if feathers win, you get the other reward. But the twist here is that it's a lane battler, so you're stacking up your power behind the cards too. So you might try to, say, intentionally lose one of the rows, but also vote very heavily for it to be the negative effect. So your opponent has to win that and take negative victory points. That was a lot of fun, my first playthrough. I'm looking forward to playing this quite a bit more. It's quick gameplay, snappy, it's very clever, and again, as would be expected from IV Studios, it is just beautiful. I have not had a chance to look at Graft or Time to Panic yet, but Graft is one of the ones that I had wanted to pick up going into this. I love Tend, so I'm excited for this one. So go ahead and check for review in the coming weeks on that one. Chlor, that's this guy down here. I think you can see him. Yeah, he's kind of peeking up into the channel here. So this one is a set collection game based off the idea that you're dragons fighting back demons. So you use polyomino shapes to collect demons off the board and place dragon eggs in the empty spots that come from it. And the idea is you want to get the most eggs on the board of the color that you have the most demons of. Played this twice over the weekend. Really, really enjoyed it. Glad I grabbed that one. Excited to break that one back out. Did check out Whisperwood over at Cardboard Alchemy. Sorry, it's been a long weekend, so my brain sometimes is just going to lag. So Whisperwood over at Cardboard Alchemy. So this is druids tending a forest. It's asymmetrical gameplay through pledging to the different deities, spirits on the board. It's a bag building system. It's Cardboard Alchemy. I trust them quite a bit, so I'm going to grab that one when it comes out. Also, very gorgeous game. So that was my Friday. So quite busy. I had a few things that I said in here that were Saturday, but for the most part, that was Friday. Had a lot of fun. Saturday, I didn't get to explore quite as much as I wanted to on Saturday and play some games because I made the choice to run a game of the new Cosmere RPG in the middle of my afternoon. I had a blast doing it, zero regrets there, but it did cut out a lot of my floor time, so I was a little disappointed there. But I swung by Druid City Games and tried their Roll and Write. off with their heads. It's technically a flip and right, so it uses a little bit of poker rules and just some standard flip and right mechanics where, you draw a card. What I really liked about it, though, is you got your whole hand of cards, and then you're playing the cards down. So you get to choose what number you're picking next, and then based off of kind of like a spades type of situation where you have ranked suits. Maybe that's spades. I don't know regular card games. Anyways, you see who has the high card, who has the low card, and who has the cards in the middle, and that determines which of the sections of the pad that you can play on. And then it's pretty standard rules after that. The cool thing is at the end of each round, you get to stash 2 cards for moving forward, and those 2 cards add up to a total of 6 cards over the 3 rounds, and then you play your best poker hand out of that at the end as kind of one last bonus thing. So pretty crazy, pretty eclectic, playing off of the cards. Really pretty game. I'm probably going to pre-order this one. We'll see. It was fun. It was definitely not my favorite of the flip and rights, but it's a solid little game, and I can see it being a fun diversion and a palate cleanser type game. I got to just take a quick look at Wonderland's War Duel coming out. I unfortunately did not get to demo that this weekend, but I did get a close-up look of it, and it looks beautiful, and I'm very excited for it. Let's see here. We went and we explored the Lord of the Rings room. So there was an entire room dedicated to Lord of the Rings this year, because in case you've been living under a rock, every board game right now is going to be Lord of the Rings themed. It's kind of the new zombies right now. Don't really hate it, though. Like Lord of the Rings. It's fun. So we got to go in there and explore a little bit. There was a jeweler in there. I'll put their link down in the info below, from a bunch of different storylines. So they had Lord of the Rings, obviously, hence why they were there. But they also had some Cosmere jewelry, and they also had Dresden Files jewelry, which was pretty cool. So their link is going to be down below. Go ahead and check that out. Beautiful, beautiful work. I got to take a picture of my friends with Eowyn. There was an actor there set up taking pictures with everyone, so that was cool. And I got to demo learn Lord of the Rings, the card game from Fantasy Flight. This is an older game. It's like from 2011. You can find it online, but they are doing another print of it. I think this would be a really fun game to pick up. So it's what do they call it? Not a collectible card game. It might be a collectible card game. But anyways, it's not really like a trading card or like a Magic the Gathering, although you can build decks. But you're fighting through an adventure, and you go on quests. And I don't know, it just felt like it could be a fun solo or quick little co-op. So I might pick up a base game of this. Apparently there's a ton of expansions for it, so I'm going to try to resist the FOMO and not getting everything for it. We'll see, though. It was pretty fun. I did do some shopping on Saturday, so I went ahead and I picked up Iliad, which Scott has been raving about as a 2-player game. So this is a nice little tableau building, tile placement's more right. Competitive 2-player game in 30 minutes. So I picked that up, and I found they had all the wooden bits and everything. So that's primarily the reason I picked it up there. Then, as I said, I went and I ran my Cosmere game. So I played that for 4.5 hours running it. Really, really fun. So we mentioned RPGs on the channel a little bit, but not too much. But I just wanted to take a second to let you know, if you like D20 systems, but you want a little bit more flexibility in gameplay and design than you get from Dungeons & Dragons, and you like Brandon Sanderson's world, definitely check out the Cosmere RPG. I had a lot of fun playing it. So combat works a little bit differently. There's no true rolling for initiative, so you get to play with tactics a little bit more in terms of who goes when. There's fast turns and slow turns, which changes your action economy and when you get to go in terms of when the enemies go. It was just a really, really nice a system that flowed together really well. I'm not 100% familiar with it yet, but it didn't hinder me too badly. And we just had a really good time at the table. So definitely check that one out if you haven't already. After that, went back up to First Look, played another game of Clore. As you can tell, I really liked that one. This is when I played Wispwood also. Really enjoyed this one. And also was introduced to one, where did it go? Here it is, by a friend called Garden. It's kind of tic-tac-toe meets chess kind of situation. This is you're playing different bugs, and depending on which piece you play, it restricts where your opponent gets to play their next piece. Plays in about 5 minutes, teaches in about 30 seconds. 2-player game. I really liked it, so I went and found it and picked it up. That was at Zulu's. My good friends at Zulu's there. Let's see, what else did I do? That's so Saturday night played Pillars of Fate, really fun, and we got to demo in the Learn and Play Lord of the Rings Two Towers trick-taking game over here, which is not on camera. So I managed to snag that on Sunday morning, but we got to play it, and it was pretty cool. The designer was walking around. Got to yell at him for having done Boromir a little bit dirty with his card art, but it works. All right, so that brings me to my Sunday. So I wandered around and I shopped a bit more on Sunday. Let's see, what did I pick up on Sunday that I hadn't already had? Maybe I didn't do actual shopping. Maybe I just did wandering and looking. I went to Button Shy. That's right. I went to Button Shy on Sunday, and I picked up a couple of their games. So I picked up Dionysia, which is kind of a tableau set collection kind of game. 2-player, haven't gotten to play it yet. Excited to do that. But then I also picked up Scott Elm's new game, Hyperstar Run, from them. And this is a roguelike where you are running through a video game level, and you've got cards in your hand that have little buttons in the top left, and you play the buttons in order to defeat monsters, and then each level that you've passed, you get access to those buttons as well that you can press. There's abilities to kind of manipulate the track, and you're just trying to beat the end of it, and you get 4 runs through. So you get a little ways, and then you get sent back, and little ways and get sent back, etc. Just like a roguelike. I really like this. I think I played this about 10 times in a row on Sunday night as we were waiting for our train. Fantastic game. I can see getting a ton of gameplay out of this. So that was my adventure to Button Shy. What else did I grab? I think... I know what else I grabbed. So as I was walking through the floor, I always like to do one last speed through and really look for, hey, what's that game that catches my eye? And this year it was this one down here. Let's see if we can't get it into the shot a little bit better. Here we go. So this is Ice and Idols by Inside Up Games. Same people that made Block and Key. In fact, share some artwork with it. So in this one, you are seeking out idols to pick them up and bring them to their altars, which you can either use to upgrade your player board or you can use to research them for victory points. The trick is all of the ice in the temple that you are exploring are these little platforms that you can pick up and move. And the reason you can do that is because there's different abilities. So you can do like conveyor belt style movement, or you can turn things, and then the whole board itself rotates so you can shift everything, and the map underneath the board stays stationary. So somebody could be standing on top of an idol ready to pick it up their next turn, and you just rotate the whole board, and now they're nowhere near it. So a lot of little tricks going on there. Kind of felt Wandering Tower-esque in its tone, not in its gameplay. Just a little bit of, in that same tone, like, all right, I took my turn. I'm just going to kind of, watch the chaos go on, but I'm not going to try to plan my turn until it's my turn again, because it's just too much is going to change between now and then. We got to play about 3/4 of the game of this on Saturday night before all of our batteries kind of checked out. Very excited to bring this back to the table, though. Gorgeous, gorgeous game. Great table presence. That's what caught my eye. We also, up in First Look, played Night Soil. It's a game about poop. It's a game about poop. So it's a worker placement game in the city of London in the Middle Ages, where you are placing, and every time you place a worker, they've got to poop. And what it does is it clogs up that space. So as soon as the space is full, no other people can use that action and go there. And then during the night phase, you are using your laborers that you've collected, which are cards, to clean up the poop, and you move it into the Thames. And that's where you collect it, and it becomes money, because apparently you sell the poop. I think more realistically, you get paid for cleaning it is the theme, but you sell the poop. And that's your victory points. Only got to play a part of this game, but this was a blast. Already looking for it online. I already found it. Going to be picking that up for a pre-order. Should be shipping later on this month, I think, if I remember correctly. That one was a lot of fun. Played a game called Fossilium. Sorry, I'm blanking on the name of the publisher right now. I'll toss in the description below. But Fossilium, you are going out and with your interns collecting or excavating dinosaur bones that you are then compiling together and putting on display in your museum. And that part's a little bit of a tableau build. There's a little push your luck. No, not push your luck. A little bit of a market mechanic going on in terms of when you can buy the bones. You can also sell bones. You can donate to the other museum. Really clever little game. The rulebook was a bit rough. The rulebook was really rough. But once we got into it and playing, figured it out just fine and really excited for that one. We'll probably find and pick that one up as well. That one was really cool. What else? Oh, possibly the highlight of my weekend. So I think that I've raved about on here before, Galactic Cruise. I adore Galactic Cruise. It is such a good game. Got to break that out again. Just was playing it on Board Game Arena. It just came out on Board Game Arena in case you haven't seen that. But got to break that out again. But the people at Key Games are developing a new board game. So they are working with with an artist of the Ojibwa people, excuse me if I'm mispronouncing that, and basing a game along or around their cultivation and farming of manumin or rice. So there is a myth in the Ojibwa people that they had a dream to pack up and move west and find a food that grows on water. And they did, and they packed up and they moved and they went to Minnesota, if I remember correctly. Sorry, it was 4:30 on Sunday, so I might be misremembering some details. And they found rice, and that became the cornerstone of their society. So in this game, you are processing the rice through the drying, the boiling, the dancing on it to remove the husks, and then the sifting out of the husks. So it's got a bit of a procedural flow there. But what I really liked about it is that you weren't locked into necessarily going all the way through the flow. It's not like I have a piece of rice that I am moving along the way. There are different colors of manumin that get moved along it, and you're just trying to optimize your score based off of where you place your tools for communal use, and where you and what colors rice get moved, because different cards have different abilities. And then one cool mechanic is when you are out of cards in your deck, you will sleep or dream, and then that becomes some end game benefits for you as well. A little bit of a deck build, a bit of a procedural action taking game with card based actions. Really, really cool looking game. Very early in development right now. I think they rate their development about 60%. Their artwork and their graphic design right now, they rate at 0%, if I'm remembering right. So I got an early look at that. I had wanted to demo Galactic Cruise for years and never had the opportunity to do so, kept missing them. So I was very excited to get to demo this one. So that was a lot of fun. And that's kind of how I rounded out my PAX. So you can see my haul here in front of me. I picked up some all-play games. We played Torchlit on the train ride back. Trick Taker Dungeon Delve. That one's really fun, and the cards are gorgeous. I did manage to snag Two Towers trick-taking game. That one, I was just walking by Asmodee, and they had a stack of them, and there was no line. So I walked in, and I snagged one. So that was good. Yeah. So I didn't overdo it this year, but that's partly because I had someone visit Essen for me, so I was able to snag a bunch of stuff from Essen, so I kind of cheated. But yeah, really just had a lot of fun at PAX this year. Looking forward to next year already. Probably going to also look into possibly Dice Tower West or Dice Tower East next year. Want to add something else into the flow. Both Scott and I are going to be at Level Up, the gameplay convention in March in New Jersey. So if you haven't heard of that, I will put the link down below. Definitely give that one a look if you're in the area. So much fun. It's 3 days of just nonstop playing. There's a huge game library. I think they said they have 1,000 games in their library coming up. Just a blast. You sit down from, 8 a.m. till 2 a.m. just playing board games every day. That's it. That's all your responsibilities for the weekend. I can't wait to do it again. So keep an eye on the channel. We will have coming up very soon our top lists of the year and our top lists period. It is that time of year again. I know we've been a bit absent this year. Scott and I got really busy with work. And so we're going to pick up things where we left off and just start showing you some more reviews and some lists. And I'm excited to be back at the channel, and I hope to see you all much more on here. Please do comment down below. Give me some of your ideas. Give me some of your thoughts. Give me some of your feedback. Let me know what you like and didn't like at PAX this year. And as always, give a like and a review. It really helps us grow the channel. So thank you very much for joining us on our board game adventures.